but I'm seeing Batista and Teddy going against Mika and Chie. It's actually the first time I'll get to look at a Chie match as in person as I can possibly get. And Megakin is looking to put a big hurting on Land. Yeah, you gotta go ahead and save the bear. 2 meters. That's all Chie needs. Not even gonna go into the cross combo. Keeping a simple rampage and skull crack. God hand. God awful noogie. Putting the bear down before Lent can really get anything started. And this is gonna be a long road for Batista. Because even though she has good normals, has the prowess and the ability to zone, that's gonna be so many shots that need to go into the shotguns over on the right side. And here goes the first volley. Lucky for Lant, there's not a lot of meter to really cash out on this. The second one though, this could be curtain for him. Has the CC, there it is, Mika diving in with the missile. And that should be all she wrote. Going into Mika though. Not looking for any power-ups and God hands, so there's a little bit of a chance, but a command for the unblockable attack. Game 1. Gone before anybody knew what happened. The dynamic duo of Chie and Mika. There's a lot of hitboxes out there. A lot of forward-moving hitboxes. Seemed really rough for Teddy. Not a lot he could really do. That's what it feels like. It's easy for me to judge over here on the sideline. Don't have the sticks in my hand or anything, but I just feel like once those two chicks start digging their fangs in, it's really hard to get them off. Lant will try again.
Let me show you.
See if we can get some better results here in game 2.
Let's do it.
Up back and forth, people. Yeah, that's the power of GA right there. Just dragging, kicking in. You're not even looking to make contact. That's just bonus. In some situations, it's not that great. Looking for the sandwiches. And on the tail end of the CC, getting the 2A starter. So, gets the conversion and goes into the JC reset. Pulled out of the corner. But can't get the full confirm. A lot of the damage has been done, though. Without even a touch. Slapping Teddy away as well. Punish on the skull cracker. And this is the first chance that Lant has really got to establish anything. So, see, the thing that I was thinking about is no matter what the damage was looking at that point, you really wanted to keep control just so Chie can't squeak away and get anything started. Got the meteors, got Batista off the table, but that was so fortunate for Megakin. Teddy having a pretty floaty jump. Slow buttons as well, isn't able to punish the burst, and that has been the ticket that Megakin has needed to really tee off from his Teddy. Poor Kuma can't really get anything going. Yo, the conversion from that. Chie with the 5P. Oh, but it's a drop. Not a drop that really matters too much. And even though there was a little more damage done in the second game, that was still pretty much everything that Megakin could ask for.
You got the last hit in, so it's all your fault, Chie.
Just held up so slightly in the beginning for the fact that it's a start. It's not a rolling start, so Teddy wants to up back, and there's a line drawn preventing anybody from getting to him. That's pretty much it. But afterwards, kind of rocking and rolling over there.
Get ready.
See if Megakin can get this 3-piece.
Let me show you a can't escape from crossing fate.
Game 3. Here we go. Taking a more aggressive approach. Teddy drill with a Batista ball behind. And Luminous ball. It was looking good for a second, but couldn't get the control that we needed. So, backed by another dragon kick to get a sandwich. It's the start of Megakin's offense. He doesn't have a CC for that one, but again, this is another one of the scenarios where the damage has been done. Just takes a regular throw and making sure the super before burst can even cross anybody's body. God hand for the DHC, and that's going to be Teddy down within 30 seconds. Been the name of the game so far. Good block on the JC. On one of his own. Megakin taking the delayed air dash just to make the missile cross up. A couple of drops here and there, but realistically, we can just call them resets at this point with all the damage coming out. Lit using res just to hold on for dear life, but the flash kick covering half the screen, but not the corner that he needed to get rid of the Miku. Slipping in the backside, getting the third game in that game. That set that match over in the blink of an eye. That was quick. Decisive 3-0 for Megakin. Gonna be moving a little bit further on into the winner side of the bracket. With that being said, there's more bracket. Who we got next? Ooh. Got some Georgia folk up next. Got to get them in here though. Next match, excuse me, looking like it's gonna be the second place from the last ZoneBreakers online event. Buck Sunny himself trying to see if he can defend the honor of the ZoneBreakers. Gonna be squaring off against a Georgia native, one that we know from many games, one of the bearers of the box characters, always playing the pro tag power, generally playing the pro tag power. I can't say always, not after early, but that will be Big Blue. Give me a second. All right, my fault. I had to destroy some evidence. Of some contents that I have acquired. Some nice prizes from my times on the internet. If you want nice prizes, you can help give one. You can help give one again by hitting !match arena to pull up some links. You probably know the deal at this point. I'll give you the whole rundown a little bit later. Your code for BB tag ZB tag 03. You could possibly be adding 50 cents to the pot for one of these two players right here. Could be Sunny. Yo, Sunny over here playing Chie. I mean, that still fits into the description of a Sunny character. Well, kind of. Sunny likes punchy characters. Chie kind of punchy. She kind of kicky too. Blue, again, pro tag power, using the air dash to get over to the other side with the tail bringer. Can't keep Chie pinned down, and because of that, the chance that Sunny needs. It's the 5A for the starter. Conversion into Makoto, but a little too high. Drop opportunity for Blue. One that he'll make good for. Wasn't ready for the burst. Wasn't ready for the 5C even. To the dome piece. Not a lot really done with it though. Woo! From the top rope, and Blue just breaking out. Just a raw tag in his face. Left him check. 2A burst. A lot of burst. All the meters been going into keeping people alive. But there's none left for Chie. 4 meters used to make sure she doesn't see the light of day again. Gonna be the first character of Sunny's down. Rest of this flagship Makoto coming from the top rope with the teleport. It's a good look. Didn't nearly have enough damage to take out the Narukami, but is getting all the extra credit that's possible before he has to pop the res. Trying to make, he's trying to keep Palebringer in check, but it was a delayed 4P instead. Gonna need the res once he gets off his back, and this is the chance that he has. 2A to get the push, but he's diving in. He's not resing just yet. He got him reaching. And that's good. Oh no! So fortunate for Blue. Looked like it was going to be the end of Narukami, but just a slight miscalculation on Sunny's part allows him to slip behind and get the first game.
I can't see any limits to its power.
Even with that, it's looking pretty rough for Sonny at that point. Down to a Makoto and a prayer. Still had res, but he was looking to see if he could equalize everything first before he was getting his life back. High risk, high reward. But not everybody gets rewarded at the end of the day. It's only the first game. Again, the first game in a race 3, a first 2-3. Just adding my 10 cents in, calling it a best of 5 is technically not right, but not worried about technicalities here. Worried about facts. And the fact of the matter is, Sonny didn't really believe in the Chie. She didn't really do a whole lot. Came in there, took some punches. She was a hefty little girl, but didn't really get any damage done. So figured he'll switch to a team that he's more known for. Still having Makoto, which will surprise a lot of people, but getting the Asriel in back.
Not a problem. Don't hold back on my account.
There's gonna be a lot of people disappearing over there. You gotta be ready for side swaps for days. Gotta be ready for hands for days. Knuckle sandwiches for days. And I don't know about that 6P though. That was far off the mark. Letting a huge opportunity go, but really and truly, that's just the time to shine. Again, a little later down the road. Wasn't ready for the burst. Blue not ready for the burst as well, but eventually picking up a counter hit 2B. So this is looking really good for him. He's able to put Sonny over into the corner, backdashing to make sure he doesn't peck out. And he pins him down while he's trying to wiggle his way out of the corner. He could CC if he wants to, but he's respecting the burst, trying to force it out of him before he goes in for the kill. Catches him. Can't really do anything, just a raw tag in the Makoto. Trying to see if she can stop the train of swords. And she finds the second buy one, get one free. Gets the 6P this time, but drops again. Drop still not looking so bad. Jump, see? The slow ball.
Okay, let's go.
Getting over the entry. Wasn't ready for the delayed Zeo. Blocks the burst. Couple of good looks from Blue, gets it back into the game. Uses the res as well. Before Sonny can get in. Oh, but the stagger. This got lit up. Wasn't ready for the surprise lurking behind the door. Who's yet another button?
Let's do this again.
And with the help of Asriel, that's going to be Sonny equalizing the games 1 apiece. Guess we have to say that was a good change. Put that one in the books. But of course, when you get a character that gets to get out there and, you know, do something, of course you're going to call that a good change. Change is not in Blue's vocabulary, though. Even if he's looking at new opponents over there, he's going to stick with his trusty knives as he goes into game 3. Came in with the quickness, too. Wasn't too much thought about it. Ooh, and the conversion. He's just going to let this rock? And he was trying to tag Asriel. He was coming in with the 16. He missed it, but eventually get some buttons of his own. Trying to see if he can get his back. Even the push block's not going to mean too much, but a burst again, saving the day. This is the first time Asriel gets to play on point. Gets a block. Oh, that's... All right, well, he lets him off? Surely he wanted to end the hide, but maybe he'll get another chance. Yes, that was indeed a drop. Speaking of drops, one off of the throw, and that's an opportunity that Sonny's not going to let go too far. Going coast to coast with the Valiant Charge, got to be ready for the burst. And that's possibly what the 2B was for, even though that was the end of the combo. But with the drop, that gives Narukami another chance to play double into high. There it is. Isn't that enough for Asriel? No, leaves him on the pixels. Backdashing to get out of the corner. Well, backdashing and forward dashing. Tricky movement. And it's just going to go ahead and go all the way down the combo. Does not care about the burst at all, but he should care about a JB. But that leaves McCollum in a really good spot. Using the res to get some meter, so any hit counts, like this one right here. They're also going to be able to go immediately in the soup. Going to leave Sonny in a really strong spot. Going to be waiting to catch Blue as he falls in. Ooh! Boom! Covered so many angles. Had a projectile sitting out there. I forget what it's called. Had a projectile sitting out there for the immediate entry. It was trying to throw left, right behind it. And had the JC to float over the delayed 5A. Sunny, showing how bright he really is in game 3. Well, let's see if the sun will stay shining here in game 4, or if we're going to try to equalize, trying to level everything out in the blue sea. Yes, I'm trying to fit as many punches as possible. Just work. Yeah, I'm sorry. It happens.
I don't pull my punches.
2-1.
You won't get caught up in the crossfire.
Sunny on match point.
Don't hold back on my account.
Blue.
Persona.
Not out of it just yet.
Can't escape from crossing.
Obviously, because he's still here, but this game's been pretty competitive. Needs a couple of exchanges to go his way. He's able to catch a burst that would look really nice for him, because there have been so many combos that he's gotten, so many openings that he's gotten, but he's just not able to get the full combos. This will be the first one that he's had in a while, but he still can't make the most of it because the burst is coming back up. He's looking for it. He found it. That's what I was talking about. It's almost like I have a little bit of a clue what's going on, but he missed the pickup with the 2B. That's so unfortunate. Sunny breaking through, getting back to mid-screen, and getting a little bit of breathing room. Cross up Palebringer, but another burst from Azrael, punching him in the kidney. Oh, but he didn't get to confirm. Who's still on a pretty good point. Gets a throw, and that should be the end of it. Doesn't even need to use the meter, so this is looking really good for him. As Makoto comes diving, he gets a class with the 2B. That's the start. In the corner, looking for the low, nothing doing. Overhead blocked as well, but the stagger. Didn't think he would stagger there, but still picks him up again in the scramble. That's going to be, is that going to be the end? I actually don't know. To pick up his low with a burst, because he had to go back in there again. So it's going to be time for Narukami to drive a little bit. And they have the meter to finish Makoto if they get a solid hit. 2 ticks is not going to be enough, and Sunny's going to go ahead and pop res, get a little bit of life back, goes under the Zeo, throw his tech, and a 2B, but it's a trade. Blue's able to find another hit immediately afterwards on the top side. 5P with Hyde closing it out, and that's going to leave us 2-2 as we go into the final dance. Game 5 between these two to see who's going to move on and play against Megakin in the next round.
I mean, you're good.
Tight battle.
My right hand won't listen to me.
And I guess this presents us with a question of, does Sunny switch? I hope he doesn't. I really don't think there's any reason for him to switch. And now he's already locked in. Going back with Makoto Azrael.
Get ready.
Got these 4 boulders over there just dropping bombs. I make it sound like they're super high damaging characters. I mean, Azrael really is, but Sunny is also able to get so much mileage out of the swiftness of him. Having back dashes and forward dashes with invincibility. Yes, I know all the back dashes have involved, but it's just being able to worm his way out of some tricky situations, making good use of Makoto and how she moves whenever he gets the opening to. Gonna have to see if he can do it again in game 5. And the stagger just gets lit up with a 2B. Blue's not having anything to do with it anymore. Taking the delayed, and he gets to block things and just lining up for him. There's answer after answer. Push block, not gonna be enough. And here we go. The cross assault. But he gets stopped. 2A to hit, and just the line. And that was a combo line. And he gets around, and he gets the punish, not in time. And burst keeping Azrael in there, getting Makoto in there. She gets a big punish, but she's got to look out for the burst. She's going to go ahead and DP for the damage, backing up, trying to see if there's going to be a tech out of the corner. There's not a tech, but there's another 2B. Hyde coming in, going to go ahead and cross slash immediately, going to Hyde. No, just getting the pickup. I thought he was getting the pickup. Got a little bit of it. Needs a bigger shovel. Super assist, but it's no good. Azrael coming in to take the heat, but he just might get burned because there's 4 meter over there, and he's not going to get up from there. Don't even need it. That's really good for Blue. Sonny having to burst immediately. And he stopped the sandwich, but he tried to up back. No, he tried to press a button.
So that's the power of the
I thought he was trying to up back. If he was trying to up back, there was a button because there was counter hit burned over on the left side. And that means Blue is able to survive. Started off down 2-1, or I guess 1-2 against Sonny, and found 2 more games to take the set 3-2
Just how strong is it?
and move on.
Don't just
It was a
jump
good
in
match.
front of me like that. I
Good
mean,
match.
you're good, but my right hand won't listen to me.
What we got going on next? Let me hit this F5 button over on the bracket. Hey. Got more good games coming on. Endeavor already in here. Getting warmed up over in the red corner. See that Akihiko getting that jab nice and toasty because he's going to need a lot of it. Going to be squared off against Tectal East Side. Whenever we get Tectal in here. Whenever we get Tectal in here. Tectal said he was fiending to play some Yangs, if I remember reading the Discord right. He's going to get a Yang-like character in Akihiko. Yang-like in the fact that there's a lot of punches. A lot of punchy characters today. Now, where's the Tectal at? Is he ducking? There ain't no way he didn't get the bat signal. And I know he around. Just like I know you around too. While we got a second, I'm gonna hit you with a little bit of the match we know, because you already know it at this point. The code's ZBTAG03, but I'm gonna hit you with a more important thing. What else could be more important than a match arena? Well, it's to just thank you for being here, because you know, without you viewers, whether you're here now on Twitch or whether you catch us later on the VOD or you come up somewhere down the road on YouTube, I mean, you're the most important people here. Because without you, there'd be no point for the content. Could still have a tournament and everything, but like, there'd be no reason for me to be here. So, thank you for coming to chill. I would thank Tectal for chilling if he was here. Still ain't here. So I guess while we got a second, if you've been chilling for a little bit, want to go get a drink of water, need to go to the bathroom, make it quick, you got a couple seconds. I'll let you know what's happening. Hey, he's here. That man coming in here. I forget if you get to set usernames in this game, if it uses your PSN name. Tectal Fighter Z. Tectal. It's the Tectal Fighter Z. Alright, I'm sorry. Ooh. Ruby Yumi.
Get ready.
This team's Tectal's been using a good amount lately. I can't say this decisively, but it's easy for me to presume it's a pretty strong team. Ruby, still a very resourceful, very powerful character, jack of all trades, master of, well, she doesn't need to be the master of everything because her stats pretty high in everything if there was a stat chart. Yumi, one of the two characters that I see people complain about time and time again, with the ability to leave people in some very precarious situations when they get reset. But to get a reset, you have to hit somebody first, and that's what Akihiko did with a JC to start things off. 5C in the bottom, and yo, Tect was already leaking, and Endeavor came to play. Tagging into Narukami, and still charging in. Was playing with the ranges at this point, but here's the Yumi. 5D, off the mark, but catches him in the air, can't get the conversion. Take a second stab with a 5D, aerial raid. Ooh, and he blocked the first overhead, wasn't ready for the second one. You want to talk about big things to block, blocking the bursts, everything that Tectal needed to try to claw his way back into this game. Still with Ruby, tagging into Yumi. I like that right there. Don't want to leave Ruby exposed for too long. You saw Akihiko was working, looking for the straight punch. Couldn't find it. Nice. I believe that's the first time we've seen the old classic assist punish on a burst. Wasn't enough to take the round just yet. But hey! Storm Surge. Zeodine and I forget what the Akihiko is going to call. But using the supers to keep everybody alive now, but for how long? A sandwich and just tried to back away from the third one and just didn't have the timing on it. And that's Akihiko going down Endeavor in a pretty scary situation. Narukami versus the world, trying to see if he can get down and res cleanly. He's going to have to use the versatile for the sandwich, but the DP. I can't entirely fault him for that. And it's easy to sit there and say, well, the DP missed and he died for it. But with everything that was going on, it could have possibly been a push block into nothing. It's the nature of the beast. Either way, Tecto was ready to meet him at the end, closed it out, and took his first game.
I am a shinobi, after all.
Pretty good game for the Tecto record
Get
book,
ready.
showing how well he can play off the back foot, how well he can weather the storm and make his comebacks. The beginning of that game was very rocky for him. He got cracked over the head with a lead pipe known as an Akihiko 5C, and it looked like that was going to be the pace of the entire game for Endeavor, but wasn't able to keep him contained. But that was only the first game.
Can't escape from crossing.
Got at least two more. See what we looking like in game two. Taking the dash straight at the start. Shrugged off by Tecto. That is no good. That one catching Yumi doesn't mean too much. And up backing away from the cyclone throw. Dancing around the 2B. Nice. Using a little bit of meter to get the conversion as well with the Yumi assist. Punishing the burst. I kind of blinked, so I didn't see how he punished it, or how he blocked it. But he's ready for it. Slide under the JA, but just take the JB, a little steeper end. Getting the extension, plus saw to carry over to the corner. And the cross-up. It was looking kind of scary because I thought he let Endeavor out of the corner, but Tecto knows far more than I do, which is why he's able to put the Akihiko in the corner. Can't get in there to take a stab at the JC, but the Yumi punish and the conversion with the gunshot. Gets the full confirm. Oh, gets most of the confirm, but still, like, the damage has really been done at this point. It's a lot of work for Endeavor to do if he wants to try to get back into this, and he doesn't have the meter for it. Just taps into his second one, but he's gonna have to fight the burst, which Tecto doesn't even really need at this point. Opting to let Ruby take the full brunt of it, going into a CC. There's a push block there. Blocking it. Yeah, that's going to be easily swept up by Tecto. Fade away JA. Eventually forcing the burst and getting a sandwich. Same side, down to the aerial. Using the EX. In the coast-to-coast carrier. The chicken block. Getting Endeavor a little bit of reprieve. Trying to take the Zeo card. Gets out of the corner, so that's pretty good. But immediately dives into the 2D pit. So now this looks nigh impossible. Holding on as long as possible, defending against the sandwich. Oh, but he just runs into it. And he was possibly looking to try to get in on Ruby before she can get anything started. Possibly looking to block Yumi. There's a couple of possibilities that could have happened, but the one thing that is known for fact is that's the second game going over to Tecto. That one looking a bit cleaner than the first one. Wasn't blown up for anything. Just able to keep pretty stern control over the flow of the match for a majority of the time. We're going to see if Tecto's able to get another sweep here. I say get a sweep here. He hasn't played yet, so if I'm trying to keep everything in the bookends of tournament to tournament, try to see if he can get a sweep here in his first bat in ZoneBreakers 3, Endeavor, not trying to strike out, trying to see if he can make contact with one ball, trying to see if he can get on the board. I totally believe Endeavor's got it in him. Just instead of like one good explosion, we need 2 or 3. 2 at the least, obviously. 3 just to secure things. This isn't a good start though. CC to lock the screen and a block into Yumi 6P. Really good for Tekla. But yo, just off the ground like a shot with the JA. And did he get both? No, he didn't catch R.O.B. Didn't catch the point. And yo, up back C to take the throw. Nice. I like it. A lot of pressure. Good defense from Endeavor. On the first one, the second one doesn't sting too much, but he runs into another DP. He's got to get him out of there. He doesn't even get the chance. So Akihiko down. Narukami with a full bar, but he only has a level 2 res. That's a really small number. It's not 4, so it's not the res that he needs. Finds himself in the corner again under assault and just trying to get a little bit of a break. DPing for dear life, but that's not going to be enough to save him, as he's going to have to eat this entire combo. EX extension as well. All the extensions. Swap into R.O.B. 10K. And most importantly, all the time from res is gone. So at this point, Tentacle just really pick his shots, but he doesn't need to. Goes for the jugular. 3-0 to go. And that's going to be Tectal moving over to fill out one half of the top 8. Yes, I'm sugarcoating this. Wait, no, there were 10 people filling out one half of the top 8. And that leaves us with one more match in our winners quarters. Gonna be Phoenixian. Phoenixian that we've seen a couple of times in the ZoneBreakers online series. Gonna try to take down a newcomer in Razzo. Newcomer to the series. Not so much a newcomer to the world of BB Tag. It's a name that was talked about very heavily in the making of the tournament. So interested to see what comes to the table. But I guess I'm gonna be waiting for a second because I see nobody else in this lobby. So bit of a break time. Again, just mention Matcherino because that's the go-to filler. You too can add 50 cents to the pot. Like hitting ! Matcherino, getting the link to go to the BB Tag page, ZBTag03. That is your code. That is filler number 1. Filler number 2. There's more filler. Yes, is I guess a bit of a $8.95 ad. Well, that's the sub thing. A bit of an ad for a collaborator with ZoneBreakers, which is the House of Pain. I bet Umbi got surprised. Doesn't have the slide ready for this. But yeah, got him! House of Pain. Another bi-weekly event that I myself commentate, which actually didn't have anything to do with the reason why I'm plugging this. It's literally a collab with ZoneBreakers. I just happen to be here. Happens on the off week. So next week is going to be going on. Happens Saturday as well. Flips between, or I guess cycles between having brackets and round robin tournaments. It was used to be heralded for Georgia Sam Show event, but through some recent transformations, it is Ultimate Street Fighter 4 that is the staple for now, and hopefully very shortly they're going to be talking about the next game that they're adding to the event. It might be Street Fighter 4 by itself, but there have been a couple things to be going through the grapevines, possibly Street Fighter Cross Tekken, maybe some Vampire Savior, maybe hopping on the train on one of these hot, trendy rollback games. But House of Pain check that out next Saturday. But that's a week from today. We still got games today. And I see Megakin over there playing some more Persona characters. See Chie again. I say more Persona characters. You played Chie Mika last time. But this time, switching to Elizabeth. One of the attendants of the Velvet Room, if I have my Persona lore right. The only lore I know is Q4A. Going against Blue, going against two swords. And swords are weapons that have more reach than fists, which is something that Blue informs us of in the beginning with the 5A starter. Chie a little too low, or the air dash a little too high, but chip damage being a lot. Oh, but he didn't get the confirm. And the confirm right there would have meant so much because there was no way for Megakin to save his Chie, but he gets a chance to play, gets the power up, gets fired up, doesn't really get too much damage from it, but still getting confirmed. A little drop opportunity for Blue to keep Narukami in the game. And here is Liz. Liz with Thanos. Thanos not really doing too much. It's grab though. Ooh, and a 2B was ready for the burst. Saw that coming a mile away. I mean, when you can read the cards, you gotta see the burst. But we couldn't see that 5C to the top, using the meter for the extra assault. 5C again! If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that was flying in the first place, so why remix? Styles of Beyond. Speaking of styles, going well, Blue classic. Doesn't want to waste the time. I mean, it's easy to say, oh, he rage quit. And I imagine Blue's fuming a little bit beyond that, but there is something to take away from that. We don't have to sit through the win screen. We don't have to sit through the win quotes. It's moving the action along. I respect that. I honestly do respect that. Trying to see if we can dust ourselves off, forget that first game. I mean, it was a really good start for Blue. Again, he had the 5A, 5P starter, which one of the best starters that you can get. Just wasn't able to drive it home. There's a lot of spaghetti over there on the left side by both players. Megakin with a heavy hitting Chie and a couple of good looks with Elizabeth was able to pull out the first game. Gonna have to see if he can make the same magic happen in game 2 over on the right side. Empty jump low, doesn't want to let anything slide away with any off-mark air dashes. But Meteor. Keeping the movement in check. Also getting Liz in for free. 2A. Stopping high, but not finding the Narukami. We're out. And he gets the fail bringer, but couldn't get the hit. Gets the counter hit right there, and there's no burst at this point. Doesn't want to go for it. So he's got to be real careful when he finds the hit. He's going to go ahead and commit the CC. Taking the sandwich. Tornado car into the throw. That goes that fast in this game. I haven't looked at this. That's surprising. Megakin knows what's up. Forcing the sandwich. You got to watch for the burst. And he finds it. Not the cleanest punish, but was able to keep the momentum going for a second. Has Chie in. Push it. Ooh, and a little too early. High comes down with a 5A, but he can't get full confirm. Side swap, and he was looking for the burst. Hard baited the burst. Nothing there. That's a chance that Blue will gladly take to the bank. And there's a chance for Megakin to find the break if he wants to use it. But he's opting to let Liz go. No, she's going to be fine. So there's not another meter for that. Was using the combo and gets up with a DP with the R-Axe straight out of the zone. Double laser? It slips out. And another counter. Second one Megakin is gone for. Second one that has found the mark. Took Narukami off the table. Let's break that knee. DP? Alright, Chie can't do that. Sorry, that was just my Twitch reaction. That's something that Megakin probably would like, but I mean, all he needs is for Blue to jump into. Whoa! Which one doesn't get the one that he needs? Powers up just to make sure. Literally came down to a pixel. blocked the cross up that he put himself in, and Megakin. Cutting it a little close in the second game, but you know, a win is a win nonetheless. When you go check out the Smash GG, you check in the brackets, you're not going to be able to see the little information tab that says, you know, game 2 was close. I don't have that taken out. Second game. Heading over to the left side. The Megakin. Heading over to Team Blue. The Lito Blue. Kind of a fitting name for that team right now for what's going down, but he hasn't finished the process just yet. Blue trying to see if he can avoid getting deleted here in the third game. Back in black, swords drawn at the ready, trying to see if he can get a game on the board. Here we go. I think he's taking nothing but hide starts, hide 5P starts. I mean, it's a really good assist. I don't need to say too much about that, but I feel like there's been some combination. And he might have actually been looking for 5A into Palebringer, but just couldn't find it. Megakin over here wilding though. Could use Awakening this early. I mean, he's gonna try to push the issue right here. Push block again against the Rampage. Didn't even look for the Skullcracker this time. Kind of just knew it was coming from the last interaction. Finds the 5B, JB, but didn't get the full hit from it. Megakin is going Mega in. Using 4 meters. Doesn't get the finish with the God Hand though. 5C. Knows that Blue is not one to really bring his helmet to work. He's caught by 5C after 5C. And he was expecting that to be a cross up. So that's a chance for Blue. As Rocky's and Narcomi was looking, he's in the lead. How long that lasts, I do not know, especially since he got caught with the cross up. And let's go. Ooh, can't get in to really do anything with that. Ooh, that's a hit. He was trying to run out of the corner, but GA 5P there to cut him off at the pass. And that looks like it's going to be the end. Blue's not even going to leave it up for discussion as he walks and takes us down in the bracket of alternative success. That's going to leave Megakin to move on to winner final. Pretty good game. All things considered. It was 3-0, but it was a competitive 3-0. I'll say that. Something that the old person doesn't really want to hear because, I mean, he was an O nonetheless, but it's not like he was completely blown out of the water there. It's kind of out-finessed in the third game, as shown by Liz coming out the gate pretty much ready to fight Awakening, but even then, it was still in the realm of possibility. So, hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of Blue. Got to survive down there in the rough seas. But that's his story for him to tell if he makes it back up to the stage. But that leaves Megakin over there in the top 3 spot. Probably eyeing the other side to see who he's going to have to face between Phoenixian. Oh, Phoenixian. I actually didn't comprehend this. By seeing that match, Blue versus Megakin, that means that Phoenixian won over Rezo. And won over Rezo. Why didn't we see that on stream? Because that wasn't winners, right? Yeah, Rezo, yes, he's not here. I see DQ next to his name. That happens sometimes. But Phoenixian, that means he gets to take another run at Tectal. Coming in with some Ruby characters. Phoenixian going to be playing Blake Ruby. I feel like it's the only team I've seen them play. Tectal sticking with Ruby Yumi. Saw a little bit of the prowess of this earlier on. Gonna see just how well Ruby can square off against Blake. Some ice shards in the back. And a cross combo early, just slide Yumi into position. Looking for a burst, hard baiting, nothing there. There it is. Better late than never after Blake took half her life. Now this one, thought it was going to hurt. And that's, ooh, he actually picked that up. I thought it was going to be kind of fortunate that it was a buzzsaw, but yeah, Ruby's a pretty good character. She can convert from that as well. And even though it was only 4K, it was 4K that matters a lot. CC again. And yo, Phoenixian just hasn't been able to take a step out of the right corner. Jeez, fade away JB to start things off, which is off the mark, but still a little bit of pressure until there was a DP. Side swap, blocked readily, and a 4P punish on the attempted jump. And shoved back into the corner. Same side air shard. And that's going to be the end of Blake. And I don't need to say too much about that first game. Gee. Domination.
Can you show off some of your ninja skills? Oh, can we fight? Please, can we?
I'm honored by your...
It seemed like, realistically, everything was decided in the first 3 seconds when there was, I don't want to call it a scramble, it was like jockeying for position, if you will. Tectal came out in a stronger place and was just able to take shot after shot against Phoenixian. And Phoenix, like, it happens. I feel like that's the nature of the matchup. Ruby, a character that is just a walking tornado of buttons. Blake, generally looking to see if she can find her sweet spot. I mean, it's not like she has no close range buttons that she wants to press, but if she had it her way, she'd keep everybody at the end of her sickle, scythe thing, right? At the end of her weapon. This time Optum look for a JA, but can't find a height. But he stops the cross counter. Cross combo. Across him. He's one of his own. So things are already looking better for Phoenix. But he just couldn't put a beat on Texas. Didn't get hit too hard for it. Gets another hit. Not one he can really do anything with. And forcing Texas, well, forcing the weapon maybe. I guess forcing is not the right vocabulary for it, but getting him to go into Yumi. But this Yumi looking down the scope, empty jump low, and a burst unanswered. Dash and JAs, 5P on 4P on the other side. The anti-air assist. Lifting the Yumi off, carting her over into the corner. Getting a little bit of space. Getting another aerial raid with Phoenix. CC tag in to Blake. Gonna use 4 meters. Try to see how much we can put on Yumi. Just using 2. Saving the other one for emergency use. Gets. There was an opportunity that he wasn't ready for. I mean, that could have only been a full screen push block and left into DP. You know, it'd be like that sometimes, especially with moves that have like little to no hit stuff, block stuff. Aerial balance. Coming over the top of the JB, just getting down, and a counter hit. Look for Tectal. Counter hit, but not one on the DP, so there's a chance of burst not using it just yet. Empty jump low. Thwarted with a block and a burst just to get some space. Ooh, they're able to get the sandwich, wedges them in. I thought the switch was so good, but it wasn't enough. Tectal's just going to let Yumi go down. Phoenix in a really good spot. Ooh, nice block from Tectal on the crossover. Phoenix has got to be really careful. Really careful with the assist call. Got to make sure you're getting good positions. Doesn't want to give away any buy one, get one free deals. Be kind of unfortunate. 5C from downtown, no good. The DP? Yo, the fear. Just trying to stay afloat. And I mean, not a whole lot was really lost at this point, but Phoenix needs to calm down. Goes up for a JB counter hit. Nothing doing. Getting out for a second. Another JB. Can't get it confirmed from it. But 5A, 2A. Hammering at the ankles. That's not going to be enough, Phoenix. Just one more chance. Off the back. Push block. Another push block. Gunshot. Can't get to confirm. Tectal's going to again. waits for the cat scratch and put the cat to rest. Gets a block, gets a punish. There's no way that was the first game, right? That went on for a while. All right, that's 2. I had to turn the stream on real quick and look. I was like, the win counter only says 1. It keeps going back to the lobby. I forget that. I was like, there's no way that was 1. You've been here for a while. But we're here for a while because, yeah, that was another game that was pretty competitive.
Get ready.
I mean, Teta was never in like the worst of places, but it wasn't one that he just took for free, you know? There was a couple of good looks from Phoenix. It was a lot better than the first game, especially since he was able to actually get some cross combos on the table. Actually mount some offense, get some pressure going, so. Did the sequences as well, kind of like this one. Only took a JC, blocked the cross-up shard as well. Those are the kind of things that lead to really long games. See where we're going here. JA again gets around the charge as well and blocks the 2D. But a sandwich. And the fear. The fear of the sandwich, didn't want to deal with it, but it's gonna cost half Yumi's life and a trip over to the corner. Shrugs it off with a push block though, trying to get something started. And runs into a DP. I feel like whenever Teco looks for a Ruby DP, he finds the mark time and time again. And it's such a good DP, especially for the nature of the game to defend against cross-ups and sandwiches. Speaking of sandwiches, falling into another one with a 2B. And this was kind of hard to try to burst out of because of how far they are away from each other. Oh, that's so sad. That's the thing that I find most unfortunate with this game is when people go to look for a burst and they bait it with an air dash back, and they bait a throw, excuse me. And there is a throw, but it's just a raw throw tech and they're not ready for it. Something that Teta will gladly take is Phoenix is bursting again, but the burst doesn't really do a whole lot as it doesn't give you immunity from overheads. Delayed air dash JA seals the game for Tecton. Gonna give him a trip to winners finals 3-0.
I'm honored by your enthusiasm.
Punch his ticket over there
But I am unused to
in the final bracket and see what he can do against Megakin. Now, this leaves me, I don't even have to ask. I see the TO's got everything on point over here because I was going to say, where are we going from this? But it looks like we're going, wait. No, I do have to ask. We going down to the losers bracket? Give me a yes or a no. They're figuring something out.
Yeah, we're going down to losers. So we got Buck Sunny versus Phoenix.
I see them in here already. Like, I just had to wait. Everything's being presented to me. We just keeping it clean here. I don't even have time to fluff anything in between matches. Hey,
they're ready to roll.
Here we go. Phoenix not walking too far out of the fire into the flame. I guess into the sun. Literally walk into the sun. Speaking of into the sun, I do have to point out that even though Sonny is over here with his, or I can't even say with his name because he wasn't playing Yang earlier. New team that we see out of him, Yang Yumi, and ain't looking too hot right now. They're getting banged up. I see 2 blue bars over there. That was an overhead. Oh, but he doesn't get a punish. Sonny still can't find a hit though. The overhead from the dive. Phoenix looking so good. I say so good, but a bit of a drop semblance there. That's the first hit that Sonny got, but is not the most threatening hit as it gets. 5A met with a burst DP to get some space. Semblance Yang coming in again. He's flipping from character to character, but can't find the answer for the Phoenix. I guess you gotta burn a bright bird and see if you can put it out. Yang getting a good amount of damage. Looking for another 5B, but push block 5B from Blake. Pretty useful move. Pretty strong sequence. That's going to be the first game going to Phoenix. I don't know if we're gonna see any more Yang Yumi. Cause yeah, at start wasn't it, Chief. Shows what I know. I'll show you to talk about my teeth. Here you go again, game 2. I can just imagine Sonny over there hammering on the X button. Put me back in. Put me in, coach. Said the first game was a fluke. It was a warm-up. He just got off the Switch. You got to get used to PS4. Yeah, things are already looking better. He's not getting hit. That's what I get. Some say it's commentator's curse. I just say it's willed it into existence. But still, not the most damaging just yet. Was looking for a 5B, but got met. Oh, that was the walk of shame if I've ever seen it. Oh, that's the kind of thing to where you have to know if a character's taking the corner away from you, or you just have to have the sharp reaction to look at your character. But Sonny is able to recover from it. Puts Phoenix in the sandwich and gets a burst out of him as well. DPs to get some space. Shinobi down. 5A. Trying to hard bait a burst, nothing there, so opportunity lost. We're going to the shooting range. Looks like immaterial missing power. What y'all know about that? Don't need to know a whole lot. Getting back into the tag. Solid punish, aerial rave, cross combo. And you, ma'am, have to get out of here before you power up. There's going to be no semblance. And nobody is burning here. Keeping it cool. 12K. Showing knowledge on the incoming. Able to neutral jump around it. Getting away from any kind of block run as well. A counter, but it was a counter that was safe jump. Or it was a counter that was on. Like, I couldn't see exactly where it went. But Phoenix knew that it was a thing on the table and had a plan for it.
But I cannot let down my guard.
Oh.
For the next time we meet, it may well be as enemies.
So what's his game 3 looking like? Sonny finds himself down 2 games, back to the wall. Is he going again with Yang Yumi? No. I didn't see ready up this time. Yang Azrael. Okay.
Get ready.
This is more of the Sonny speed right here. So even though Yumi is able to churn out a lot of damage, a lot more damage than many people think she should be able to, she doesn't do it with just straight blunt force trauma. Not in terms of actual game animation. So that's what Azrael is. Try to get in there and hit people. And the neutral jump was looking so good, but couldn't get a double jump as well, so a little bit of a break, but not too much. Yeah, you can already see Blake on life support. She doesn't want to see the front line for a while. So that leaves Yumi to try to fend for herself, and it's not working out too well for her. Got caught pressing buttons off the bat. Burst is here just now, but in the counter. Oh man, if he was ready for that, that could have been the end of Blake. It looks like it's going to be the anyway. Pumping Pistons of EX. Is the key off the mark? And this is a chance. It's an opportunity. This is a scramble. But the scrambles that leads to a sandwich. Semblance, I burned. So let me hit the pause button and see what's happening. EX. X slash not enough to take it. And this is where it gets a little dangerous, even though Phoenix is able to get the first hit. A couple of hits on Azrael, keep control of him. And he really wants to find the time for this. And he gets the high cat scratch DP. Breaks up the sandwich. Yo, is he going to be able to pull this one back? Because it was looking like this game was going to Sonny. Gee, we got a little bit of turbulence here. Hang on. Shooting the Vulcan cannon from the plane. Double jump. Overhead, no good. Phoenix trying to find another hit. 5B. Can't get the auto combo. So we're going to step up and take the throw. And if Sonny can get this, he's finally going to get on the board, which he does. Whew, that game was a bit of a rocky ride. But Sonny was able to hold on and finally get a game on the board in this trek through the lower bracket. Jeez, that was looking kind of rough. One's not enough though. One just making sure to crack all the goose eggs open. Whoa, hold on. Yo, what's Mega Ken doing? Yo, what's Mega Ken doing? Yo, get him out of here. These prestigious people over here trying to act like they can play when they want to. You still got to see the next episode of Phoenixian versus Sunny. There we go.
Get ready.
All right.
Get ready.
I actually threw my momentum off for a little bit, but I'll be all right. I'm not the one that has to survive all this. So stopping the sweep, putting the brooms back in the closet. Sonny's got one game, needs two more. Phoenix trying to see if he can put the final nail in Sonny's coffin. We're trading blow for blow back here, starting off in game 4. Fade away JB. Oh, but we can't get the pickup. And that's a huge unforced error. A couple of them in this game. Not the cleanest of games. All this stuff. But not exactly what I was looking for. But Phoenix. Ooh, nice. The link with that. This is looking really good. I didn't realize I was buy one get one free because they're both the same color. This could be the end of the match right here. First super. Into the second. Hits them both. Yeah, Azrael's gone. Yang's going to come in and burn, but the fire is almost out at this point. Nice block. Gets the res as well, so that's going to be a lot of life coming back whenever she gets to neutral, but we don't need neutral. We need offense at this point. Diving in, taking Yumi off the table. The old Ruby battle. That's a 2B. But he finds the 5E just mashing away after the scramble. I don't think that's enough. But I mean, he's going to be close. The big thing is he's burning time. So that's left like that Phoenix is able to play with. He went for the command throw, and Phoenix jumped it. Now, he's not going to be able to take him out just yet. But still, that was so big for Phoenix. And he gets over the top with the JA. Just has the height to clear the fireball and keep himself alive. Yo. That was crazy. That was crazy. Phoenix holding on, knocking out the last event's second place finisher. Taking the headband. Can't wear it just yet because still got some more games to go, but you know, double it. Gets at least a fourth because that's what we're playing for at this point. Gonna go into our losers semis, man. No, we're going into winners finals. I lied. Why do you think Mega Ken's here? Mega Ken's just sitting here to watch. No, Mega Ken's here to play.
Get ready.
Kind of rolling over opponent so far, but gonna be met by a pretty strong wall of Tectal. Tectal Eastside. I get my kicks. Let me have my kicks. I gotta keep myself entertained. Winners finals. 3 out of 5. First 3, base 3, ZoneBreakers 3. Tectal over on the left side with Ruby Yumi. That's what he's been playing the whole time. Mega Ken going back to Mika to be leading Chie off into this game and finding a hit on the backside. It's a pretty good start. Taking the cross combo away from Tectal as well, even though he didn't really try to milk it or anything. So Tectal's going to take a half. So to get the biggest one from a throw. That's a pretty crucial throw at that point. Just to get away from the shard pressure as well. Here we go. Mega King trying to see what he can get going with his cross combo. Can't get a sandwich. In the air. Can't get pulled down. Oh, this is going to be huge. But he was too early with the 5B. Chie gets away. Sneak missile. Clears the landing zone. Can't get away for too long. She's eventually flagged down. Where's the burst? Looking for a hard bait. Hard bait's the second one and he gets it. If at first it don't succeed, nah, bro, it's gonna succeed. He drops on Chie. You can't let have another chance. But all the meteors going into meteors, and it's looking like that's a good choice for now. Cross up and he blocks the DP. That's gonna be the end of Yumi. That's gonna be the end of Yumi. Oh no. Yumi going down. Ruby coming in. There's it immediately. Oh, but he gets to the backside. The push block. The switch into the push block was so big to save Mika right there. JC on the landing, taking a reset. Tricky. But another drop, gets technical chance, and he finds a counter hit. JB has the heads up to keep pressing, gets the confirm from it. Not enough to take Chie out just yet. Takes the throw, gets around the counter. That's gonna be Chie gone. Can he fight the Mika? Trying to bait a DP or throw, nothing there. She's caught him looking the wrong way, running the wrong way. Protected with a couple of tricky moves. Able to hold on and take the first game. Scary stuff.
Hey, can you show off some of your ninja skills? Oh, can we fight?
Scary
Can
stuff.
we?
I'm honored by your enthusiasm, but I am unused to revealing my craft out in the open. I am a shinobi, after all.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna tell us a lot of what's gonna be happening in this set right here. Just gonna have to see the kind of things you see it organized. I guess I can say high level BB tag, because this is pretty good games right here, even from the one I've seen. So a lot of who's gonna be able to make the most out of the cross combos, who's gonna be able to force the most bursts, punish the bursts, and cross up any loose ends as well. Making the most of all these stray and awkward hits, especially since there's so many ways to convert stuff in this game. But I'm just saying, Phil, at this point, you already know what's going
Then
on.
I'll show you my ultimate move. Let's go, Papa Bell.
Let's see what we can learn about these two in game 2. Take a look 1-0. Let's go. Backing away from the dragon kick, not to give up the sandwich. And 5A into a 2A. Kind of a delayed low, if you will. 5A making sure that Mika can't go anywhere before he goes to the low. 5A B starter. And he's, again, trying to bait the burst but can't find anything. Gonna go ahead and commit to it at the end of the cross combo and use the super as well, just cash out on the damage. Far enough away so Mika can't take out of the corner, and he wasn't ready for that. But again, a lot of the work has been done at this point. Yumi for P. And this is monstrous. Not in terms of literal number, but for what it means for the scope of the game. But Mega King gets out of the corner. A little bit of an unforced error from Beckle. Second one as well, as he's not able to find the gunshot, but one shot's not good enough, go 2 shots. Double tap. Can't find the answer that he needs, but still in a pretty good spot if he can get out of the sandwich. Surprise, surprise. And again, like, I wish I had $1 for every time that Beckle has tried and landed a DP, which would be every time. I'd be able to get myself some pieces for free right here. Coming from a 4P, he gets to confirm. Chie's already gone, so this is going to be up to little Mika. She can do it, but kind of hard. She just didn't have the damage output as Chie. Has a lot of work to go, but using EX mixes, a little bit of a start. Still has the res to work with. It's only a level 2 res. And finds herself. That was so unfortunate for Mega King. Feel like he mixed himself up at that point because he's doing Mika. I don't remember if that's her 2C or if that's a string in the game. But he does the trip, right? It's a forward moving move right in front of Yumi, who's the assist. So he doesn't know at that point if he's put himself in a sandwich or not. And he needs to know. He kind of needs to know that. I might be reading too much into it, but we don't have time for books and knowledge and everything. You just have to go for tactics. For Tectals. 2-0. That sounded better in my head before I said it. I'm sorry. They keep me around for quantity, not quality.
Get ready.
If I keep talking, I'm sure to say something good at some point, right? That's how that works. So the thing I have to say is that Tectal trying to see if he can get over into Grams. Trying to see if he can take this in 3 stabs against Megakins. Megakins, who was looking so strong throughout this bracket so far, finally matched, but opting to switch to Liz. Not feeling that Mika can really get the job done, but also getting a good amount of utility out of using Liz. When you get a persona that comes in with a pretty good 5P, and this is the thing that I was eventually going to lead into, but the start kind of stopped me in there. Immediately getting 5 meters for Chie, so she can delete a character if she ever gets a hit. Might not need it to get rid of Ruby. Use the God Hand. God Hand's not enough. So, gonna go ahead, put her in the car. Squall! Put her in the car. So, I'll stop apologizing. I can't say sorry enough for all the push blocks and get people out of dodge. Push block 5P, 5G. The equalizer, but you're at equal footing. That means it's a foot race to the end. Couple of J's. She's taking to use a JC into a res that works. Pretty sure that's more solid than I believe. Yeah. Tectal's seen that reset once before and not going to fall for it again. He's ready for it, but still have to find his way and get to 5B. Not deep enough to get confirmed. 2B. That was a block. Oh, that's so big. How does Megakins get out? He doesn't. He just gets lit up by the shark. That could be the end of it right there. And aerial wave. Not enough. Tectal didn't think there was going to be tech out, but still. Megakins holding all meteors. Just to try to find a way. And GA Classic can't find the answer, so now she's a character that doesn't have any meter and doesn't really have the long range buttons. Trying to throw off the targeting. But Tectal just waiting, picking his shot with a 5B. Push block 5B. Something that we've seen against Megakins quite a few times against the Rampage, just trying to make the Skullcracker with, but Tectal the first person to actually get the punish on it, and the punish that he needs to get a 3-0 win and move on to Grand Finals. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean Megakins can go too far. They're going to be dropped down to the bracket of alternative success. Still has one more chance to make it up to a run back against Tectal. But we got to see who Megakins is going to be squared off against. And that's going to be either Phoenixian or Endeavor. Whoever survives that bout. We got to get him in. Since they're not in here, you know, with that, well, there's Endeavor. But still, that leaves me a second. That leaves me a second to let you know that if you having a good time over there, click the follow button. Aha, you weren't ready for that. But this is a crowdfunded event. What a crowdfunded means? That means this is another Matcherino tournament. Yay! Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat brings up the links. And you have the codes that you can use. ZBTag03. You could use that to add 50 cents to the pot. 50 cents that could be going to Tectal, that could be going to Megakins, that could be going to Phoenixian, that could be going to Endeavor, as they are the last 4 left in this Endeavor. I had a little bit more, but I coughed. But Sleeping Fountain Closet. Endeavor comes back with Zakihiko Narakami, Team Persona, going against Mixians, Blake Yumi, and yo, we just hit the assist button. That's what you do in the tag game. The meat leaking off of that JC. I mean, even though we didn't get to confirm from that, I just am an amazement with how active that is. Yumi, she already is on death's door, didn't have too much time in this world, and Blake's gonna take her place and try to see if she can make a little space for it. Catches Endeavor running in with a throw, so it doesn't seem like he's gonna run too far. Ooh, and is ready for the tech in. Not looking for the burst though. R.O.B gets Blake, range doesn't matter too much as they're gonna jump into JA's. JA's today. But still hell-bent on getting out of the corner with some super jumps to Endeavor. He's trying to see if he can find time at this Blake calms down. But Phoenix just not content to playing on the ground, but eventually gets tagged. Cross combo conversion. Another sandwich, but cross combo's already been used, so we can't make anything with it. Another dash straight. And he's ready for the burst, but he's super jumped. So he was looking to block that, not really to get around it. That's a mistake that Nixon would gladly cash in on. He's Akihiko on the magic crystal. That's a decent board. It's a block on burst. Doesn't have the meter to take out an R.O.B, but it's trying to delay this as long as possible to get the CC. He's not going to be able to get it. Just using Blake 4P to get an empty jump low. I might be lying and saying it was an empty jump, but it was a low nonetheless. Fortunately, Akihiko the burst. Looking kind of scary for him in the corner. Trying to hold up back. And he was holding it up back a little too long. Got clipped by the third shard. And that's going to be game one. Going to Phoenix.
You were both very impressive fighters. I merely had the upper hand this time around.
Get ready.
Wild game there. But it's the nature of the beast. One game in the books. See what the second one's looking like. Endeavor. Not switching off these two. Tried and true. Akihiko start again. This time doesn't call R.O.B. That's because he's too busy getting swept up by a Blake JA. Stone clone out. Not really doing a whole lot. I need a little bit of time before we go into a R.O.B cross combo. Switching into R.O.B, getting faded by fadeaway JB. Full screen sandwich. This is a pretty good spot for Phoenix. Can't really get anything though. In fact, Blake gets tagged up. He's waiting for some meters to come back. Falling down. I'm assuming that Endeavor was looking for the double overhead, even from that height, but high lows could be the end of them. Another super jump. And that's happened to both of them a couple times so far, where they're totally expecting a burst to come, but they're expecting the burst to make contact, so they're super jumping, trying to get up as soon as possible, rather than like jumping into it. I don't know the semantics to it. I'm just telling you what I see. The one thing I see is Blake not trying to mess with anything, just letting Yumi do all the work. Yumi is a very reliable worker, getting a decent amount of damage, but not enough to really take anybody yet. Akihiko coming in, getting a throw. Betty wishes he had that meter that's over on the right side though. Assault dots. With both of them out there, that's a pretty easy burst for Phoenix. Using a little bit of cash. And there's going to be nobody to save the day. Akihiko's going down, whether it takes 2 or 4 meters. It'll be easy to. Switching to Blake as well. Yeah, you got to hit the eject button right there because that came quick, fast, in a hurry. Looking for a DP. Oh, he gets another chance. Push block, just keep him on the same side. Gonna get a little bit more life back. Trying to chicken block just to make sure there's no sandwich. Another DP. But this time, Yumi is waiting, ready, willing, and able to throw the fan 5B. That's going to be the second game going over to the right. Phoenix looking pretty good.
But I cannot let down my guard. For the next time we meet, it may well be as enemies.
I see we got to open up the closets again. Could possibly be getting another sweep on deck. Wait a second. After I was talking all that jazz of Endeavor being a one-trick pony over there, he shows that he has another trick up the sleeve, tagging the R.O.B out. for Waltz. First time we've seen the big man today. Big man that you can't miss. Is he the starter? Because I know he had Walt at the bottom, but I didn't see if he swapped him.
Can't escape
Okay.
from crossing fate.
It's just where they are. Akihiko getting an assist that takes up literally half the screen. Still can't find Blake, but 2A. It's a good start from now. But a sandwich shot and the active switch gunshots to the ankles. Throw with an assist as well to cover it up in case there was a protect. And Phoenix, oh yeah. Phoenix had all the time to see the burst coming right there. Wall's finally in, but looks like Wall's not really doing much right here. Delayed JC, bro, let him play. Another punish on the burst with the super, and this time it's 4 meters, so Akihiko's gonna be gone. I don't really think that Endeavor got to press the button at all. And that's the only one that he's been able to press in a while. Rez gets a little bit of space, forcing Yumi to fall back. It's only a matter of time. 2B not a counter hit, so it doesn't want to chase it too far. Stepping into the charge, yeah, just gunned down from range. Didn't really get a chance to do anything. And Phoenix, the decisive 3 games, gonna step over Endeavor and see what's happening with Megakins and Losers Finals. Big ups to Endeavor for pulling up though. Got a nice 4th place. Solid 4th place. Might not be the prize that they so desired, but I mean, you still get to hang that over 6 other people's heads. So gotta get them when you can. With that being said, it leaves us with our top 3. Phoenixian just keeping warm over there, waiting for Megakins to show up to the show. Ride on cue. There they are. Yo, I see you over there, Phoenix. I think Megakin sees it too. Yo, we playing chess over here on the character select screen? She's locked it in everything. Hold on. So what do we have that goes against the squad right? Let's see it.
Get ready.
Yes, Phoenixian ditching the Blake, ditching the Yumi, and going into a team that I actually heard is a pretty solid, pretty straightforward, pretty damaging combination of Yang and Carmine. Now, it doesn't matter how damaging your team is if they don't get the put any hits on the table, but just a little bit of a rocky start for Phoenix. Blocks the 5C, so this is going to be a good look. How far do we carry? Back to midstream. Megakin's getting caught pressing buttons again. And this one's going to be big. Gets a block on the punish on Liz as well. As the link. Just running in. New fact that Megakin is going to stay in the corner. Now the question is, where's the burst coming? 2A, and just going to close this out. Not even going to leave burst at Megakin's mouth. That guy's going to try to keep Cher in the corner. All for naught if she's able to find herself back to center screen. Has 4 meters to work with. But only a level 1 res. Carmine JB. Carmine jump button. Give me a second, I'll figure it out. It's a good one. Yes, this is one of the big cabinets of the team right there. Just able to come in with some hefty jump buttons at any point in time. Call Yang for her 6 speed for total lockdown. And with that combination, Phoenixian getting the first point on the board
Now, come on.
here in
I'm
the
your next
losers
opponent.
final.
Once I'm done with you, you'll really want to die.
Again, I'm going to beat this horse, this dead horse, so many times. Don't really need to say it though, as we are in a race to 3. So it's not like Megakins is in the worst position just yet, but nobody likes starting the race from behind. Sticking with this team, taking a second, maybe Mika. Nope. Going in again.
Get ready. Get ready.
Going in again. Starting Chie. From what I can remember, one of the big turning points of the last round though was getting the monstrous block on the Liz burst. So if Megakins can navigate around that, find a good time to preserve life with the burst, I imagine this will go so much better. Because he only needs one hit. With the way he's playing, with the nature of the team, all he needs is one hit, and he gets DP scot-free. Fortune smiles on him now. Phoenix was trying to get in and get the conversion from the Blazblue, no good. A lot of damage has already been done to Chie, and yes, I like this from Phoenixian, just constantly harassing Megakins from corner to corner, not letting the Chie go for free, because he knows that if he can take her off the table, that's like 3/4 of the work done, really. Workhorse is down. He's using the armor to muscle through Liz 5B. Yang's looking so good right now. Not ready to get the card read. Keep going. Oh, you know he was trying it too. Yeah, that round is pretty much a wash for Megakins. Is Yang armor. She's got it everywhere. She's got so much armor, she needs to be a Streets of Rage 4 boss. Jeez. Yang Max, that's the team. Somebody gets that. Somebody gets that reference. It's a good one. Trust me. But 2-0 for Phoenixian. That was a decisive 2-0. Like I kind of wonder what Megakins can do at this point. Gonna go back to Mika. So the thing you trade is you trade a laser. You trade a sweeping 5P. And you trade immediate access in the 5 meter into having some mobility. But the thing that I question at this point is, are you really going to be able to get away from Yang? I mean, you're obviously not going to sit on the ground. Like, Carmine just keeps too much control there, whether he's in the front or in the back. So the skies feel safer, but are you going to have the timing to clear his stuff and actually get away before Yang finds you? Which, as the start, here we go. Blood Wheel putting Mika on the ground for a second, and that lets Phoenixian dig in, but a 2-way. It's the first line of life that Megakins has really had in 3 games, and looking for a throw, but Phoenix is just not content to stay on the ground. First chance he had to defend, jump back to the first one, backdash to the second one to show him that blocking is not an option. Runs into a JC, and the big Carmine DP. Always got to be mindful of that. One of the strongest DPs in the game, I believe. Not for the numbers, but for the utility, the fact that it hits so far on both sides. 2 for 2 with it. Here comes Carmine again. Actually, if I take a second to look at it, Phoenixian is leaking pretty badly over there, but he has a lot of red life to work with. So, as long as he can, like, properly manage his health, he's still in a pretty decent position. Gonna be able to take Mika out of the game and leave Megakin only with a Chie, but it's a Chie with 2 meters and a dream. Gets the throw, that's gonna be the end of Carmine. Has the res to work with as well. JC against the delayed incoming, but oh no! All things considered, that means he tried to jump away, right? Because there was no counter hit and he got hit clean. Tried to tech, DP, puts Phoenixian down, but there's the res. Meteors just keep it pinned. Push block. Meteors again, there's going to be another push block. There is, but still pressing through with an air dash and finds the hit on the backside with a JC. Megakins gets on the board. Megakins is still alive. Oh, man. Able to hold on for dear life. Was given a pretty good shot in the fact that Phoenixian went really far down in the red life. Yang can't help that so much, but just the constant Carmine calls really gave Megakin an opportunity to capitalize on, which he was able to. Make quick work of Carmine with a throw. Just able to find the backside of Yang. But if it only happens one time, we can call it a fluke. That's why we play 3 out of 5 here. Got to do it 2 more times. Game 4. Oh, man, the 2-for-1 deal, but he didn't want it. Left it at the counter. Cross counter. Oh, Tomoe is not an eligible target, so Chie gets to walk away from that. Yang 4P, and yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking he was going to do with Mika. If he ever got some space, is fly around a little bit, see if he can catch anything errantly left on the table. DP was the first one, but he couldn't get anything with it. Another chance. This is going to be big. There's going to be no burst. Not in time. Let him go for now. 4P. Doesn't make the burst, so Yang's in. And there's 5 needing to work with back dash, shooting away from the blood wheel. Chie coming in with a 5P, getting a break, giving Mika a little bit of room to work with. Taking DPs and throws, nothing doing. Mika missile. No super. Full EX Mika missile. Shoulder charge no good, and that's Yang gone for this game. 2C res around the burst, but can't get active in time. Ooh! DP away from the super. Mika missile on the backside, and that's going to be Megakin's dodging another bullet and getting a second game, leaving us all tied up 2-2 here in the losers final. Next game, next winner gets to square off against Tectal in the grand finale. Loser can turn the stream on and listen to me run my mouth for a while. They ain't trying to do that. Ain't nobody trying to do that right now.
Get ready. Get ready.
Going to be kicking off game 5. Mika versus Yang to start things off. And I feel like the real tale of the tape at this point
Let me show you a
is if
special move.
Megakin can get some space, get up in the air, let Mika spread her wings, move around, see if he can make some magic happen with Chie assist. Things are really good for him. What? Phoenixian can get in there, get a knockdown, or just get any kind of meaningful block and control the movement. Things are going to look really good, but we're just going to crash in the front gate. What a burst, saving the day. Because it's not really in Megakin's arsenal the beta burst, and that's going to come back to haunt him, especially on the third pickup right. We're baiting burst. Gets the anti-air DP, air unblockable, and Mika not looking too good. Chie going to try to see what she can get. Buy one, get one free on the DP, but sadly you can't convert for that second hit with JB. And this could have been the end of Chie, but she gets a second chance of life. Really, it's like a 4th chance at this point. Twang of the blood start, I like that. Just a space. Oh, can he get in? Can't get in time. And he jumped. And that was the kind of timing that he didn't really need to take a throw right there. Gonna use, I forget what the auto combo thing is called, but it's pretty good. Good enough to let Yang in, take Chie out. Again, this is a situation that looks really hard for Mika. Using the res, but it's only a level 1 res, and that is not going to Mika just yet. It's another chance to find yourself in a cross combo sandwich. On this super for dear life, but nobody's over there. There's nothing to grab. Reaching into the darkness as the lights get turned out by Yang. Phoenixian holding on after a rocky last 2 games, able to stay alive, ending the set 3-2, putting Megakins down in 3rd place and trying to see what's going to be happening in the grand finals. Tell your friends, tell your significant others, tell your dog, tell your neighbors. go to your social medias, let everybody know.
Really want to die.
ZoneBreakers 3 Grand Finals going down in just a few moments. Phoenixian has been holding on very well throughout the lower bracket. Gonna see if they can take not 3 but 6 games against Tectal East Side. And before we get into that, because we still gotta wait for Tectal, if you want to try to get your bid in for a second, see if you can add a little bit to the pot, you hit the Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat. We'll bring up some links. Click on the BB tag link. Go on there, log in with your favorite social media, which is going to be Twitter, because you're tweeting out that this is happening right now. Possibly Discord, because you're putting in all your Discord. Log in. Click the contribute button. Go to the contribute code text field. I'm trying to give you all the instructions right here. Use the code ZBTAG03 and you can add 50 cents to one of these 2 final contestants right here. If you're feeling gracious, if you're feeling like you have a little more time to play with, which you don't have too much time because Grand Finals is going to start, you can do some sponsor quests, which will add a little more free money from Matcherino themselves. Click some links to go here, retweet these things there, some things that'll bear fruit to people a little later on. Or if you're feeling oh so gracious, if you want to try to take Lupe's spot as the #1 donor, you can donate your own money to the pot. If you're feeling gracious,
Get ready
for the festivities that you have in front of you here in Grand Finals. Again, first of 3, Tectal over there with Ruby and Yumi, Phoenix over there with Yang and Carmine. Gonna be a little bit harder for Phoenixian because even though it is a first of 3, Tectal is a winner, so Phoenixian needs the first of 3 and then the first of 3 again. So it's technically a first of 6 kind of sort of, if you will. What happens when you get dropped down into the losers bracket, but worry about that when we get to game 1. Let's go. Aggressive starts from each of them. Passive aggressive starts. We're jumping at each other, the blocking, and Tectal using the assist. Yumi 4P. Really, really good 4P. Even to an untrained eye like me, I can see how high it reaches, how fast it reaches, but don't worry about that. If Tectal gets another chance to use it, he's getting chewed up in the middle of a sandwich. Jumps around a Yang 4P. The height on that girl. She got them up. Buzzsaw forcing the side swap, and he waited for the DP. This is probably going to be the end of Carmine. Not even using aerial rape, just going into super. Doesn't have another meter for that. So Carmine is living for a second, but air dash A. Kind of hard for Yang. She only has a level 3 res, but she gets it started with a 5A, so this is a pretty good start. Almost 6K. Tectal still holding 7. That's his favorite number. Up back. Gun shot. Nice catch at the gun range for Yumi. Catching the falling target. Force side switch. Rez trying to get a little bit of space, but you're going to need a little more room than that to get out of the corner, and Tectal's not going to leave any quarter as he takes the first game.
Ruby, Yumi.
I can't believe I actually got to fight a real ninja! Hey, can you show off some of your ninja skills? Oh, can we fight? Please, can we?
I'm honored by your enthusiasm, but I am unused to revealing my craft out in the open. I am a shinobi, after all.
Get ready. Get ready.
Wow! 着物センスあなた芸者
いいえ、忍びです。
どっちにしても超クール
どうして俺がてめえみたいなやつだ。
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
I am back. I am back. Gotta believe that I made some mistakes, but not worried about the mistakes I was making. You got to talk about the answers that Phoenixian had. I got to get myself reassessed. 13K, that was looking pretty good. Is he going to get over? Oh, but he hits on both sides. That was the big hit that Tekla needed to bail himself out of this. And even with Phoenixian finding this hit right here, level 4 Res with Carmine, it's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be pretty hard. Tekla's content to letting Phoenixian get some life back. Same side 5P, but because he tagged him, resets him. Carmine able to flip out and get another chance to play, but the res is gone. Big Ruby 4P, scraping the skies, but still a little bit of life. Didn't commit to it. So this was kind of hard. 4P off like a shot. They're tossing the last bit of life that he's going to have. So, I mean, there's going to be no repercussions other than you got to play perfectly at this point. Left in a sandwich, blocked away, wins the side swap coming in. Gets away from it. Okay, so staying alive for now. Ooh, but just crunched in the middle of a JB and a 4P. Gonna be game 2 going to Tech.
Can you show off some of your ninja skills? Oh, can we fight? Please, can we?
Game so good, I gotta make sure to hold my mute button in my hand so I don't sit on it. Yeah, I'm in my seat. I ain't going nowhere. Tekla trying to see if he can get another 3-0 to go for show. But Phoenixian still with one chance, one shot,
Get ready.
one
Get ready.
dream, one hope to try to claw this grand finals back from such a terrible, terrible place. Down 0-2 against a monster like Tekla. And with the way the games are going, it's a lot to ask to come back from this, but about to see what the Phoenix is made of. You get into game 3.
どうして俺がてめえみたいなやつだ。
はいはい。この戦いが終わったら相手してあげるからさ。ほら、行くよ。
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Here we go. It's the first time that Tekla didn't really get a huge advantage from the opener. I mean, that wasn't the most damaging thing. Not a whole lot was really used going into the cross combo. That's something that's really prevalent in Tekla's play that I haven't pointed out. The fact that by nature of his playstyle and the team that he uses, he's really prone to looking for every cross combo opportunity that he sees, which, I mean, with the way that he plays, that's really good because he understands that he needs to pump the brakes when he doesn't have the burst, but that gives him so many chances to just pick his opponent's defenses apart. And it's kind of showing at this point is where 40 seconds in and he's already taken 2 CCs, finds Carmine in the air with the JA, but he can't get off of the bus all in time. A throw on the backside. Phoenix trying to see what kind of momentum they can get started. Ooh, that's huge. That's such a sad opportunity to see gone to the wayside. Tekla will gladly take this, but you ain't down in the corner, jumps away from the semblance. Lay J, can't really keep getting pinned down. Hey, chance. It's a big opportunity right here. Is going to be able to have a DAC as well. Going to use it. Yumi's gone. Now the only thing standing in between Phoenix and getting on the board is a lone R.O.B that has a level 4 res. A lot of meter to work with. And yo, Carmine's gone on the backside, hitting the backside of a normal. What a brave DP, keeping Phoenix alive for now. This is the last character that he had. The 5A just shutting down a running. And an Astral? He didn't Astral. Oh, he didn't Astral. I don't know if you can at the point, but any air super, can you get it confirmed from that? Not just yet. Blocks the second DP, and that's the end. Tectal able to hold on through a couple of exchanges and finding himself a 3-0 victory in grand finals, and that is your ZoneBreakers Online #3 champion.
So congratulations to Tectal, bro.
All right, cool. Thanks for just coming in. I'm done here.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a shout out to Hellwolf real quick for donating an extra $50 to the Blazblue Cross Tag Battle pot.
What the world?
Yeah, so yeah, donated an extra $50 to the BB Tag pot. So now the BB Tag pot is at $100. So yeah, Tectal made out like a madman today. Good stuff, man. Winning both Grand Blue and BB Tag. So yeah.
Yeah, you interrupted me in this, so now you got to close it out.
All right, that's fine. All right, guys. Well, I'm Naito. I'm the runner for ZoneBreakers and stuff, and can't help but thank Dogi and Umbi and Lupe for helping out run all this stuff. It's great to really have a lot of help to make sure all this stuff goes on without a hitch. So I appreciate all of y'all for sure. Thank you everybody for watching. We will be doing this again for the tournament section. We're going to be doing this again in 2 weeks on June 6th. So if you guys are in any of the states that we listed on our Twitter page, you guys can go ahead and join that. We run both Grand Blue versus and BB Tag. So definitely check that out again in 2 weeks if you guys want to. So all the events are free to enter, and you get some, some pretty decent prize pools as you guys see for this week. So appreciate you guys coming through, and hope to see you guys again next time. Peace.
Bye.